Tonight's program is sponsored by Jameth McKinney's Planet Save organization. Visit them on the web at www.planetsaved.net.
Clap your hands, everybody. Come on.
Good evening, and welcome to Coming to Covers. My name is Evangelist Ryan Cook, your host, and co-host, Evangelist Kandy Cook. We're here. Say hello, honey.
Hello.
Yes, this is our first program, and it's going to be a very good program. Tonight, we decided to talk about communication, how it's really needed in a marriage. Not only communication, but effective communication. Like we said before, this is not really a teaching. We're just having an open discussion. So feel free, after reviewing this clip, go ahead and send us a comment, send us an email. You can email us at ryan@cqmagazine.org, or you can email my spouse, candy@cqmagazine.org. So, honey, this work week, communication is always it's a touchy topic because, we both are opinionated people.
Yes, we are.
And so, what are our problems in the communication department? We communicate. Well, sometimes we have our off days where it get kind of thick in here. You can cut the tension in the room with a knife, and I'm talking about a butter knife. We don't need a sharp knife. So, but really, we just want to address some things, and this program is for to address the issues that affect the marriage covenant, and nothing affects the marriage covenant no more than communication. We have to be on one accord. We have to really see eye to eye. We come from two different backgrounds, two different ways of growing up, two different styles, but there's always a common ground that we have to meet on. And really see eye to eye and know how to talk to one another, right?
That's true. But coming from a woman's point of view, and I feel confident that I can speak for most women, it's a pet peeve of ours because we feel that our spouse should know. Nothing aggravates a woman more than us thinking you can read our minds. It's a little silly. We know that our husbands can't read our minds. That's the need to communicate.
That's true. But you know what? The women do the same thing. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all try to read our minds.
No, we don't try to read your minds.
Oh, you don't try to read
No, we don't try to read your minds. It's very frustrating when, for instance, I feel that you should know something and you don't do it.
So then what comes with the assumptions?
So, assumptions are problems. I was getting to that. Assumptions are big problems, which is why communication is very important. Communicating the right way is very important. Nothing's going to change if you can't come to your spouse and tell them exactly what's wrong or exactly what you're missing or what needs to be done. It's very important. It's very effective if you take that route.
So now with the communications, so it's basically it's a lot of compromising going on. We have to compromise a lot. We both are we have our own ways, just to put it in nice terms. We have our own ways. You like to do things your way. I like to do things my way. But then we have to find that common ground. Sometimes the things I think I'm doing right, you may think I'm not doing it right. And then sometimes things you think you're doing right, I may think you're not doing right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And that common ground may not be found that night. Sometimes we have to go to sleep and try to get in the morning because that common ground is far.
So it's like your communication is like the foundation of your relationship. It's a lot of hard work building the foundation of communication. It's something that we have to tend to each and every day. You actually have to constantly think before you speak. We were taught that when growing up. Think before you speak.
Yes.
Think before you speak. That if it was never true any other time, it's true in a marriage. So it's a lot of times you don't want to think because it takes you just want to say what you want to say and get off your chest and keep it moving. You don't care how the other person feels, but we know that has lasting consequences which will come back up and creep up on both of us. We have grown a lot in our communication. We came a long way. Like anybody else, we have a long way to go, and if we don't tend to our communications, then it could be trouble. It could be trouble because communication shut down. We have a problem. We have a problem. There's no more lifeline, no more. It's like the oxygen is not getting in through the lungs. Like help. You got the marriage on life support. But what's some of the areas that you think many marriage couples have a problem with communicating? Like for example, like it could be a financial issue, how to spending money, or it could be cleaning up. What are some of the things that you do? Like taking garbage out.
The
These are
little things.
this it's the little things.
The little things is what spoil the vine.
You're right. It is the little
The
things.
little things. If you're going to communicate about anything, it needs to be, because it's just going to aggravate the other person, and it can blow up. So before you discuss anything important, take a minute, count to 10, woosah, whatever needs to be done.
Woosah, that's right. Woosah.
Whatever needs to be done,
Take a time out.
and then come together.
That's right. Coming together, and that's the main thing.
And the main thing, what we're leaving out, definitely pray. I'm so sorry. Please pray. Ask God to just give you the correct mindset, and if you're bitter, if you're hurting, ask for forgiveness.
I mean, you know what? We say pray, but do we really do that? Do a lot of Christians really do that? They get mad and really pray.
Well, baby, sometimes I say, Lord, I have to pray so I won't kill them. So it does help. You're still alive.
Yeah, I guess that's a lifesaver. That's my life support right there. Pray. Thank you, Jesus, for prayer. Because we are, spouses, and nobody else know how to get under each other's skin other than, the other partner, significant other. But, we want to promote unity. And like you said, prayer is definitely key, and prayer will help you get your heart right, and basically don't go to sleep on angry. I don't know, how easy that is. Sometimes you just want to go to sleep to forget about what was said and done. So, everything we saying is a challenge. We haven't perfected everything. We still going through like every married couple. But as you continue to walk, and as long as you have the right mindset that you wanted things to get better, things will get better. Just don't shut down and give up hope. I mean, I know many of you married couples who are listening right now. I'm quite sure you have like a laundry list of issues concerning communication, whether your significant other not communicating enough, or not communicating about the right things, or don't know how to communicate and just decide to keep everything to themselves. I noticed one, in the beginning, if you dealing with issues of insecurity, you might tend to keep a lot of things to yourself, or a lot of things stem from growing up. If you were treated a certain way, you would talk to a certain way, a lot of negative things, you tend to close in and shut people out. And keep your thoughts to yourself, because a lot of people think that your thoughts aren't valuable. Have you had those experiences, honey? Because I know sometimes in my life, a lot of people said a lot of negative things to me, and I learned, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it. It's gonna be between me and God, or I keep it to myself, because I ain't got time to go through this aggravation. And I think that messed me up growing up. How to effectively communicate as far as concerning a relationship. I could communicate to people professional level all day long, but relationship really opening up, I kind of shut down. How about you?
Well, it takes two. I mean, it's like going up a street. If, a one-way street, you tend to shut down. You have to definitely have a two-way street in order for the communication system to work. But as I said, prayer works. It changes things. And you have to take out the me's and the I's in marriage, because it's a lot of sacrifice as far as communication.
That's right. That's right. I mean, like for those who are quick with the tongue and with the lip, and what kind of advice would you give? Like, how did you? I know, to keep it real. We said things to each other that we should not have said. We're gonna keep it real on this show. And how do you regroup from that when you say things, hurtful things that is not right?
Well, honestly speaking, I had a loose tongue. I had a hot temper, and God dealt with me with it. I mean, he dealt with me, and it wasn't pretty. So for me, that was a wake-up call to help me to try a little harder. And you're married, and I love you, and you care for the person, and it's just not an environment that I wanted in my marriage. I want peace. I'm not saying that it's just going to be this paradise, because you're going to have issues, you're going to have problems, you're going to have disagreements, because you are two different people. But I want a good home life, and I want to be able to talk to my husband.
Amen. Same way, when I say things to you where that I'm not supposed to, I know God deals with me automatically. He'll maybe put in my thoughts, my spirit, or you shouldn't have said that, or I could have said something better. And it takes a lot of humility to really begin to get back on the right track and correct what you have done. And it really takes you gotta get, like you say, you gotta get rid of the I's and the me's and really look at both parties. You are one. You're no longer individuals when it comes to especially communication. Can't keep your thoughts to yourself, because it's gonna just keep a door open for the enemy to come in and cause all kind of havoc. We communicate with people all fine and dandy when it comes to work and things outside the marriage, but it seems like when it comes into the marriage, it's a pretty much more of a challenge, and it shouldn't be. But for those who are having an issue with communicating, like my wife said, take it in prayer first. Take it in prayer. Take it in prayer. Seek the Lord and ask forgiveness and ask your heart to stay right and keep right. But this is just what we want to bring to you. If you have any comments or concerns, just send us a message, and we want to hear what you have to say. All right. My name is Evangelist Ryan S. Cook. My wife, Evangelist Kandy S. Cook. God bless you. Good night.
God bless you.